this is Ast3rix and welcome back to the channel. So today I am going to be exploring rhythm. So over the course of the week, I have been putting some serious thought processes into how I'm handling rhythm in my music. But in doing so, I've started doing some experimentation with alternative sounds for like hi-hats and percussion instruments and that kind of thing, snares and kicks. So I ran across this plugin called Chroma Phone 2, and it is created by a company called Applied Acoustic Systems. And this plugin focuses exclusively on percussion type instrumentation, anything from marimbas, bells, snares, things that are in that realm of instrumentation. And it allows you to use them in very unique and interesting ways. So, as an example, this track that I've been experimenting with here, I'm using an arpeggiated percussion. It allows you to be able to select your arpeggiated pattern. It has an arpeggiator like a sequencer. And I'm using a patch called Jam on Dishes, and it kind of does sound like dishes. Let me just play it for you, what I've been messing with here. Okay, so again, it's all about experimentation with sound. Okay, let's kill that for a second. All right, so in addition to that, I am also doing some bit crushing. So I'm using a plugin called Chip Crusher, and it's made by a company called Plogie, and it's spelled Plogue. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's a really odd name. But this is a very interesting plugin. It allows you to be able to add really interesting harmonics from a distortion perspective to your music. And it comes with a stock pack of just unusual distortion types. Like the one I'm using right now, it's under the classic section. It's called 911. It sounds like a telephone kind of crushing from a distortion kind of perspective, but they also have some really good emulations of like computer speakers and the Sega Genesis of military radios. I mean, just really odd and unusual sounds. And it really makes a difference when you add it to percussion sounds, or actually any kind of sound, really, because I've been tinkering with it with synth sounds as well, and it really can add another level of interest to a sound. So if you're looking for something that's gonna be really in the experimental range of sound design, you may want to take a look at this plugin. So also I'm using a plugin called Gatekeeper, and it's created by a company called Polyverse. This thing is very interesting. So it uses gating in very rhythmic and unusual ways. So I'm using a stock pattern called Smokers on Mushrooms, but you can customize your own patterns. There's a ducking feature, which is quite interesting. I've used that on another track recently, and it really adds a really interesting element to the sound. So if you're looking for something, again, from an experimental range, you may want to look at this plugin. And also I've got a Fab Filter cue on there to add low cut, so that we can kind of keep the bass isolated to just the sub. So in conjunction with that as a primary rhythm, I'm using a synth for rhythm. And the synth I'm using is a Zebra 2, and it's just a regular patch from the Zebra 2 pack. And I'm also using a back mask on that, as well as Endless Smile. Endless Smile is by Data Life, and I think everybody has that plugin. That's, you know, I think everybody's got it. So this is what I'm doing with rhythm in Zebra 2. Let me just play that. Okay, so again, it's about rhythm. So I'm using rhythm in unusual ways. So in conjunction with the rhythm section, of course, I've got a sub in there. And you know what? Let me just do it this way. I'm going to just play for you the rhythm section of this track that I'm working on so that it makes more sense. Let me turn off all the other stuff in the track. Okay, I think that's it. All right, so let's just play that. Kind of interesting, kind of cool, right? So again, it's about using unusual things to take the place of like hi-hats or, you know, claps or that kind of thing. So I'm adding interest by adding a more rhythmic section to the music. So all right, so that's the rhythm section. I also have a piano in here, and yes, I have been back on my keys again. But I'm also experimenting with the way that it sounds. So I added an Endless Smile to it, and Endless Smile actually works really well on pianos. Endless Smile is by Data Life, and again, I think that's one of those plugins everybody has. So I'm not going to spend any time on showing you how to use it because everybody's got it. But it works really, really well on pianos, and this is what it sounds like on a piano. And this piano is from Keyscape. Okay, and the other thing that I'm working on with this song is a guitar. The guitar is, of course, it's it's a Contact instance, and it is the Evolution Strawberry by Orange Tree Sounds. So if you're looking again for a really good guitar sample library, and you have Native Instruments Contact, definitely check these guys out. Their guitar section is bananas. That's all they specialize in is guitars, and I've actually am looking at picking up their acoustic series because I wanted to like start messing around with acoustic guitar and doing some kind of stuff with acoustic guitar. So that'll probably be my next foray into instrumentation. So be on the lookout. It's coming. Also, I've got some Vox in there, and I'm using Outputs Arcade for that. And I think that's all that I've got in this song. I just want to kind of, before I end this video, and I'm going to end it with a video showing this song, I want to talk about experimentation. Don't be afraid to experiment. Try different things. You don't have to do what everybody else is doing. If you place more effort into creating more customization in your music and just differentiate yourself from everybody else, that is what makes your music unique. That's what makes people want to come and listen to your music, because they know that they're going to get the weird sounds. They know that they're going to hear the different types of percussions and different types of bass and different types of subs, and that's what's going to make your music very individual to you. So again, the universe has kind of been talking to me all week about this. I've been seeing videos of people doing very unique things with instrumentation, and really doing some serious thought into it, and it makes a whole lot of sense in creating your own sound. Being like everybody else, it's just not really that cool. Of course, I want my music to sound up to date and and be marketable, but following the crowd, it's never really been me. So I just want to say that. So hopefully that is inspirational to you as well, so that you know that as individuals we can create our own unique small little pockets of this universe. Well, if you're new to the channel and you're just stopping by to watch this video, please subscribe. I have more unique content coming that's focused on not just music but visual arts as well. I've been working with a really good friend of mine here lately, and we are about to put together something very unique and very interesting from an artistic perspective. And I can't wait to show you guys that stuff. So, like if you do, subscribe, and I'll see you on the other side. Ast3rix,